Hey, what's going on? My name is Kevin, and I host the Kevin, Virginia, and Jason show at 97.9 WRMF. We're on weekday mornings between 6 and 10. I hope you already listened, but even if you don't, I just hope you listen to this book right here. It's called No Talking by Andrew Clements. Now, what you need to do, you need to listen and pay very good attention, because Friday morning at 6:45 a.m., I'm going to ask you a question from what I'm about to read. Now, if you're the first kid through with the correct answer, you're going to win a pizza and a donut party for your entire classroom. You would love that, wouldn't you? Of course you would. So you got to listen up and then get ready to listen to the KVJ show on 97.9 WRMF. Here we go, from chapter 4, called Cooties. When little Dave Packer and all the other kids his age first showed up to begin kindergarten together, it was sort of like they were new recruits joining the Army. And kindergarten was sort of like basic training camp, except the teachers were a lot nicer than Army drill instructors. After 9 long months together in kindergarten, Dave and the other new recruits were allowed to quit the Army, but only for the summer, because in September, they all had to re-enlist for first grade. And after first grade, they marched through second grade together, then third, and so on, right through the grades together. A few kids moved away, and a couple of new kids arrived. But Dave and those original kindergarten recruits stayed together year after year, and they began to grow up together. At most elementary schools, by the time a group gets to 5th grade, the boys have stopped thinking that all the girls have cooties, and the girls have stopped thinking that all the boys have cooties. And that's the way it should be, to outgrow that stuff. But for some groups, it's easy. The kids grew up a little bit, and they all learned that everyone's a real person, and some of those persons are boys and some of them are girls, and suddenly everyone gets along just fine, person to person. No more cooties. However, some groups of kids cling to those cooties a little too long. The boys avoid the girls, and the girls avoid the boys, and everybody keeps seeing cooties everywhere. And sadly, that's the way it was with most of the 5th grade kids at Laketon Elementary School. Of course, the 5th graders didn't actually use the word cooties anymore. That would have sounded like baby talk. They use words like dumb or gross or immature or annoying. But a cootie by any other name is still a cootie. And even worse, Dave and Lindsay were the king and queen of the 5th grade cootie clingers. Dave had 0 tolerance for girls, and Lindsay had less than 0 tolerance for boys. And that's why Dave should have kept his mouth shut. Now it's time to get back to the action in the lunchroom, because when Lindsay heard Dave say, "Boys never talk as much as girls do," she felt like all girls everywhere had been insulted, slapped in the face by a dumb, gross, immature, annoying boy. And she hadn't forgotten what Dave had already said about the top of her head blowing off because of hot gas. Lindsay wasn't the kind of person who forgives and forgets an insult. She was the kind of person who remembers and then gets even. If you'd like to read more, it's called No Talking by Andrew Clements. Check it out and make sure you listen up. It's Friday morning. Dial into 97.9 WRMF and the KVJ show. We'll ask the question, be the first through to get it correct, and you got the pizza and donut party. It's very simple. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Have a great day, kids.